I saw this post the other day that said, what if God gave you the kids that you needed before he gave you the man that you deserve?
I'm a firm believer that life sometimes gives you the test before it gives you the actual lesson. Describe, let's talk about it.
I saw this post the other day that said, what if God gave you the kids that you needed before he gave you the man that you deserve?
So, I mean, it's cool, right? I prefer when people kind of leave God out of a lot of these things, and depending how religious or, spiritual you may be, I think it's fine when you just say, listen, I made some decisions and my life is a little harder on the relationship front right now. That's it. That's it. The more that you try to run away from the reality of your situation, the less men find it appealing to be around you. If you can't reconcile the fact that you're a mom or a single mom and you're dating in a field right now where that is not prioritized, I don't know what to tell you. Outside of you have to find a particular subset of men that agree with that, have no problem with that, are happy to take that on, then fine. The issue occurs when you have this, let's call it a deficit. Let's call it a challenge. And then you still want the best out of the best of men. Be that from height, from monetary income, from net worth, from whatever. You want the best of the best of the best. All that is fine. As long as you keep that in a vacuum, as long as you keep that desire to yourself in a vacuum. But when you test that into the real world, like most physical equations, when you test it in the real world with other forces acted upon it, the equation is unbalanced. The unbalanced part of the equation is saying, you don't seem to give a damn about what that man is looking for. All we constantly hear is that he is naturally aligned towards you. This is like you're Build-A-Bear. You're going to build this type of man and then hit enter, and he's supposed to exist in the world and find you. This perfect man that you say, this perfect man that has reached the highest of heights, emotionally, physically, everything, spiritually. How is he going to make his way to you before he gets mobbed by every other single woman on the face of this earth that wants exactly the same thing that you want? How's he supposed to find you? How is he supposed to get to you? This is all big if you can create him, if you can make them happen. How's he supposed to find you? Where? How do you know? No. A lot of us have these ideas, these big ideas, what we want in partners, in relationships, yet we don't take into account where we currently are ourselves. Before we continue, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Subscribers Sunday, 7 p.m. Central. We had a great time just a couple of days ago. Hope to see more of you guys in there. For those of you that do show up religiously, thank you. Thank you. Besides that, hype the video, share the video. We got some merch in the store. So it would be nice. It would be nice if you could take all your scenarios that you have that have been fallen upon you and turn them around. Now, this is not to discredit or not to pay homage to the fact that once you have a child, your life changes. Your desires change. Your needs change. Everything about you changes. There are only so many events that can happen in your life that actually demonstrably change who you are. Having a kid is one of them. Losing a parent is one of them. These not, I got a great job. No, these are critical things that can change you. So you have a child. Now what you need changes. Your desires change. What you're looking for in a partner changes. Now we can empathize. We can understand every bit of that. But that's you in your vacuum. The rest of the world doesn't really care. The rest of the world doesn't really pay homage to any of that. Cool. Great for you. You had this life-changing event. Doesn't matter to me. I don't know you. The rest of the world doesn't owe you that understanding of saying, I get it. Stuff is difficult. You need a higher caliber man, but you didn't need one before when it was just you. You could just have your fun. You can do what you want. That type of man should not have any impact onto the type of men that you get in the future, but it does. And as much as men continue to say that it does, you continue to find new ways to say that it does. It shouldn't. That's not really helping you bridge this gap at all. All it is just saying, okay, I'm going to put you in a category and hold you there. I'm going to put you in a single mom category and I'm just going to kind of ignore you. Instead of us leading with who we are, us leading with our personality, our characteristics, the things that make us special, especially when it comes to women, leading with your femininity. What you do is still try to play the game like you're a younger woman. And I understand it. women don't really develop game. You don't develop a way to attract men outside of the physical. So you don't know what to do outside of the physical. And don't get me wrong, women are very good at attracting men with the physical. Excellent. Experts in the field. But now that he has a chance, okay, I like what I see. Let me try to get to know you. And then you don't have a follow-up. A lot of the dates that men report to say they're on or having, they're all the same. It's like you download your personality from a hive mind. You like to do the very same things. I like to travel, I like to try new restaurants. Yeah, I need someone that's going to be generous. I need someone that knows how to be a man. It's a hive mind sort of, blueprint that people just look and say, this is boilerplate. What about you is different? What about you is special? Especially when you come there with a deficit. This is not to say that, single moms don't get with people, don't get with men with no kids, don't marry men with no kids. They do. But the difference is a lot of them, either if they're finding men of actual value and worth, they have demonstrated their value up front. This is not any of that nonsense to where I'm just going to sit back, hold back. And if he's lucky, if he's fortunate, once he puts on a ring on this, then he'll have access to all the other things that wives do. No, they understand that if this is a value proposition, I've got to show you very early and often why I'm a better choice. Especially if you're that type of man that meets the requirements for all these other women. You don't have a choice but to compete. And I know that's a dirty word. People don't like the C word, especially women. When it comes down to you, why should I have to compete for a man? So what is this left with? And from a man's point of view, what is this left with for us to choose from? When you have women that are gorgeous to women that are not so gorgeous, having the same sort of rhetoric, the same sort of values that they're throwing at you, you say, this doesn't make sense for you to hold that. This doesn't make sense. What is beyond the surface? A lot of times you get nothing. Until we start shoring up this difference, until we start having this understanding of this is my current situation, until you can't run behind it and say, well, I made mistakes, I was younger. Those shouldn't really materially affect me. We're saying they do. Until we have a society that looks at men and say, hey, what is important to you? What is it that you want? What is it that you need to see in order for you to take some of these women seriously? In order for you to look at a woman and say, I can see a future with you. What do you need to see? Otherwise, we can keep doing the situationships. We can keep doing this. What we hear that I think confuses a lot of men, especially well-to-do men, especially men that have experience with women. When women come on here and say, I'm done with dating. I'm done with relationships. I'm just going to have my fun. I'm going to have my roster. Men are looking like, well, what's the issue? If we're saying we're done, you're saying you're done. You're just saying, but I'll still sleep with you. It's the same thing saying, I won't cook, I won't clean, I won't do any of these things until I have a ring, but I will sleep with you. Okay. We have a category for that. Men are very good with compartmentalizing these things. Say, okay, that's what you're for. It's perfect, right? Perfect. I'll line you up. You've got a roster. I've got a roster. But who's going to be the first one complaining that they want a relationship? They want something more, especially when they see a man that is actually of value, that hits those check marks. Then you don't have a game. You don't have a way to switch gears. You don't have a way to say, if that man's right in front of me right now, how do I attract him? You don't have anything outside your physical capacity, but your physical capacity has 3 children right behind them too. Doesn't work. Not really. Doesn't work. Listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comment section below. If you see other videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. Of course, if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. You're trying to build something dope. See you in the next one.